Been a lot of people asking me to do like a care video on my green tree python Venus. So today that's what I'm gonna do. However, I'm not gonna do like a traditional, care video. I'm gonna do more of a care video on how I take care of my green tree python. I'm a heavy believer in there's multiple ways to achieve the same goal. So understanding that and knowing everybody does something a little bit different, I'm gonna show you the way I take care of mine and the requirements and everything that I do that I feel is necessary for my green tree python to have a healthy life. So I actually was cleaning Venus's tub. Actually, he's in my rack. So I was cleaning his tub. I'm not gonna hold him too much, only because he ate yesterday. So I'm not gonna hold him at all. I'm just gonna leave him on the perch. So for my green tree python, guess I'll give you a little bit of background on him. He was hatched on March 30th of 2018 by a company named TK Chondros. I met them on Facebook. Really great company, really nice people. They made the process of buying the snake online very trusting, and they were really nice about everything. So definitely a company I recommend as far as green tree pythons. That being said, the shipping and everything was perfect. I had no issues. I mean, it was here when they said it was going to be here. And for those that don't know, the snake's name is Venus. However, if you know green tree pythons, you can't generally sex them until they get a little bit older. So I call him a him. That's just what I call him. I don't know for sure. So it is so sometimes you'll hear me say him. Sometimes you'll hear me say it. So it's unsexed right now, but I do say him from time to time. So don't be thrown off. But yeah, like I was saying, packaging and everything was cool. I got Venus back in August or September. But he's in my rack. I built a 5-slot 28-quart rack, so he stays in the very bottom slot. Haven't had any issues so far. He's on newspaper substrate. Seems to work pretty good. When I spray it down, it holds the humidity very well. I keep the humidity for Venus. I keep the humidity right around 60, 70. If shedding, then I bump it right up to like 75, 80. But usually 50 to 70 is in that range, and he seems to do pretty good. If you follow me on Instagram, I have pictures posted of some of the sheds that I get. I have great sheds. So that's what all of my snakes have great sheds. But yeah, so Venus is a high yellow Biak and designer type green tree python. I mean, that's what the papers from the company I got him from says. So and you can see from his color, I mean, he's almost a year old. I don't know if you can see him, but he's got a lot of colors, a lot of yellow still. I mean, he's been going through his change a lot lately. So still waiting to see exactly what he ends up looking like. But so far, I mean, definitely impressed with the change that has come. So back to his tub. So basically, he's in a 28-quart tub. I keep him on newspaper, and the perch that he's on now is actually what goes in the tub. It's the best thing to do is get removable perches for green tree pythons. He is every now and then fine with me holding him. Not something I do often, but I post pictures here and there of me holding him. I actually post one right about now. So I do hold him from time to time. He's fairly friendly. Once you get him on your hand, obviously you should never pull him off the perch. You just kind of let them crawl into your hand and you become a tree. So that's generally what I do. I just kind of first see what type of mood he's in. If I open the tub and he's striking right off the gate, then I do what I gotta do, which is usually change the water, or I gotta pull out some poop or change his newspaper or anything like that. Do what I gotta do, leave him alone, let him be. He's obviously not in the mood. There are some kids sometimes when I'll go in there and he's coiled up like so, and he's just kind of not wanting to be, he's not too striky, he's kind of just doing his own thing. So generally, his tub setup is this perch. There's another perch. It's actually, I'm just cleaning that one. He poops on that one like crazy for whatever reason. So I am cleaning that one. That one's in the bathtub right now. And the hot spot, so I usually keep him right around 85 on his hot spot. Ambient, I usually keep right around like the lower 80s, so 79, 80-ish is where I keep him in his tub. And he's on, obviously, heat tape in the right, it never goes off. So he has constant heat, and I do spray him down. I spray him and the Brazilian rainbow boa probably get sprayed the most because they do require some of the highest humidities of all of my snakes. So they definitely get a lot of misting. But in general, I feed him, as of right now, he gets fed once a week. Soon that'll be getting bumped up because they do have they're pretty laid back snakes. They're not active, a lot. So you don't want to overfeed them. You want to kind of just let them go at their own pace. But for right now, he's eating once a week. He's been doing perfect. We're getting constant poops, sheds. He's staying hydrated and everything like that. So as of right now, I'm just going to keep him on that schedule until I feel he's ready to be bumped up. I am, however, in plans of getting him a actual display cage. So moving him out of the rack, possibly making room for another snake. We'll see. But yeah, as of right now, he's doing fine in the rack. He's eating for me. He is very active. He's pooping for me. And I mean, I can't complain. This is a snake that I've waited so long for. So when I was able to actually buy this snake, man, I was thrilled. I couldn't have been happier. I'm still like, there's still times where I open a tub and I'm like, I have a green tree python. So they're definitely great snakes. I will say they're not beginner snakes. They're not snakes for everybody. They're not a pick me up and hold me type of snake. There are requirements, like the humidity, the aggression. It's really not aggression. It's just them being defensive, which is understandable. But a lot of people mistake them as being aggressive, which that's not the case at all. You just gotta, for one, if you're getting into reptiles and you feel like an animal is too aggressive for you, get out of reptiles. Reptiles in general, they have teeth, they have mouths. Sometimes they bite. It does not necessarily mean that they're mean. It's something that triggered that bite. But that's another topic for another day. So he's a great snake. It's probably he's definitely my dream snake. You can't go wrong with a green tree python if you have the means and the capability to properly care for one. This is not a snake you can just go in the pet store and buy, stick them in a tank, and put a heat lamp on them. That's not how this works. No reptile should be taken care of that way in general, period. But specifically green tree pythons, they require a lot of care. So if you are going to get one or considering get one, definitely do your research. That is something that I can't stress enough. There's so many people on Instagram that ask me like, oh, how do you like your green tree python? Thinking about getting one. And I'm not bashing them in any way whatsoever. I'll give you all the information you may need. So you can feel free to hit me up on Instagram at DW Exotics. But just make sure you do your research. I should not be the only source of information that you strive for. I'm not a professional. I am not an expert. I do not have any degree with work with these animals. These are solely my pets. So these are my pets that I'm spending my own money on. So obviously I'm going to want to do that research, put that time and that effort into make sure they're being cared for properly. So just make sure you take all steps to make sure that you can properly care for any reptile, any animal in general, even if it's the smallest little betta fish. Do your research because every animal has its own requirements. Green tree pythons are one of the ones that you see often where like everybody strives to get one and then they complain that it's too aggressive or it bites too much, and it's a green tree python. Do your research. They're not all like that. However, if you are going for a farm-raised green tree python, right, usually it's going to be a biot. They're generally going to come with some attitude. They were raised on a farm. They didn't get much human interaction, and I mean they're wild caught. So come on, what do you expect? Even Venus is U.S. captive bred, U.S. CBB, U.S. captive born and bred. Even sometimes me, he gets snippy. It's fine. He's a snake. That's what they do. You have to understand that. So I mean, but as far as care, that's literally it. They are not hard to care for as long as you get your parameters right, temperature, humidity, get them on a good feeding schedule. And obviously, I mean, there's some people who don't. Me, check on your reptiles. I check on my reptiles multiple times a day, not just once a day, not just twice a day. I'm literally in this room multiple times a day. I mean, you have other pets that you take care of a certain way, so why not apply what you do for those animals to every animal? That's how I feel about it. That's my opinion. If you don't feel the same way, I'm sorry. That's just me. I put a lot of time into my animals, so obviously I'm gonna make sure they're cared for. But that is Venus. It's my green tree python. So yeah, I hope this video helps anybody out there that is thinking about getting one, or they have one and they are still kind of doing research. Hopefully you do it before you get it, but if not, hopefully this video is helps anybody. Let me know if you'd like to see anything else on this channel. You can comment. Make sure you like and make sure you subscribe to my channel. I try to upload at least twice a week. Sometimes I don't get to it, but I'm definitely trying to get better at it. And then also make sure you hit the bell. Gotta hit that bell so you know when I'm uploading a video. You get that ding, you're like, hey, Dre released another video, I gotta go watch it. So let me know. Support means a lot to me, and I really appreciate you watching this video. Thank you.